This is like $4,000 worth of books and none of them tell you the whole truth. So stick with me for 3 minutes and you're going to know more about this subject than any of the so-called experts. Today we're talking about MKUltra, but not the hand-wavy trust me bro podcast nonsense you see on the internet. The actual documented historical record about what they were actually doing to all of us. Specifically, we're going to talk about an aspect of these studies that nobody wants to touch with a 10-foot pole and you never see mentioned in any of the books. And that was the study of nutrition to weaponize and use against our population. What do you mean, Museum of Terror? Wasn't this just the use of drugs and hypnosis to try to control people, but in the end it just didn't end up working, so they just gave up on all of it? No, that's propaganda, that's completely false, and I'm going to prove it. That what they were doing is tricking the human body into releasing adrenaline that was oxygenated into this toxic substance known as adrenochrome, and that was causing schizophrenic reactions. Wait, what? Why don't any other researchers tell you this? Well, I don't know. You'd have to ask them how much they're getting paid to leave that portion out. And most people these days are in a state of what he called subclinical pellagra. That is, just before it becomes a major health problem that you need to go to a doctor or to a hospital for, you're operating at this state where you are just starting to see the symptoms. One of the major symptoms is psychosis and schizophrenia. Many people are operating in this state of low-level schizophrenia, psychosis, delusions, losing touch with reality. They're functional enough to go to work, to pay their taxes, to use their Excel spreadsheets, but they're losing a grasp on reality, and we are seeing this everywhere these days. All over social media, I see it every day in doing what I do. It's everywhere. All of the authors that wrote about it before, that were paid to write about it before, that got New York Times best-selling book deals about it before, didn't have a set of nuts to tell us what was actually going on, to describe the entire project. They gave us limited hangouts, limited information, and then all the chuckle podcasters gave them a platform to talk about it, so we thought that it was all over and done, that was the whole extent of the story, without ever realizing just what was being done to us, or the fact that there were options to counteract it. We are all completely under control, but it doesn't have to stay that way. I'm trying to offer the information that you need to get back on your feet. So without further ado, let me introduce Dr. Abram Hoffer's talk on nutritional deficiencies and anxiety and what can be done about them.